Hey guys, J-Man here, and today we're going to talk about Hawkeye Freefall #1, sort of. If you can kind of see it, there you go. Um, yeah, Hawkeye, one of my favorite top 5 favorite characters of all time. #1, Namor. #2, Cyclops. Jean Grey, Daredevil, Hawkeye. That's my 5 right there. One of my first tattoos was Hawkeye. West Coast Avengers is probably my favorite team. It's hard to say because they were definitely my favorite team a while ago. Of course, X-Men. For me, the West Coast Avengers were those first West Coast Avengers, so I really like them. You know, Hawkeye, Tigra, Mockingbird, Iron Man, and Wonder Man. Wonder Man I also have tattooed. Yeah, I think they're probably still my favorite team. I also like Defenders and obviously X-Men. But when you talk about X-Men, there's just so many X-Men characters. Like, what is X-Men to you? I like individual characters a lot, but as a team, like always together, I really like West Coast Avengers and the original Defenders. I'm not talking about Luke Cage and those guys. I'm talking about like, uh, what's his name, Doc Strange, Hulk, Namor, and Silver Surfer or Nighthawk. I like if like Silver Surfer didn't really stay. Nighthawk's good, Valkyrie's good. Those are kind of the Defenders to me. Um, I'd even take Doctor Strange, Hulk, Valkyrie, and Nighthawk. That'd be sick. Okay, so yeah, Hawkeye Free Fall. Um, since I love Hawkeye, I was like, well, I got to get this, and I really liked this one a lot. It was pretty good. So you got this guy here, this hooded guy. He's kind of a douche. Whoa, it's like super clear. There you go. That's better. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So Hawkeye, there's like some kind of big deal going on. He comes in, busts it up. And a really neat thing happens here. Oh, spoilers. There's always spoilers for my videos. Hawkeye actually goes to the courthouse to see the guys get sentenced. And obviously the hooded guy doesn't get sentenced at all. He just gets out. So Hawkeye's like all pissed off because all of his cronies got, really harsh sentences, and they're just like regular chaps trying to, earn a buck. Not an honest buck, but it is what it is. So Hawkeye comes in and he's really pissed off. And actually, there's some pretty funny stuff here. This is pretty well written with Hawkeye and Clint, like his character. It's pretty neat. So he's pounding on the guy's limousine. He's like, "Hey, let me in." And then he goes in, and it's like, "Hey, you just got off." He's like, "Yeah, well, I know people." So they have a little bit of a conversation here. And then you actually see for a second that he's actually like some kind of like demon or something. I don't know who this character is. If I'm supposed to know, let me know in the comments. Yeah, I haven't read any like West Coast Avengers or Hawkeye stuff in like a long time. I know there was a newer series that came out. I have everything that Hawkeye is part of. Like, I have it all digitally, but I haven't read it all. As a child, I collected West Coast Avengers. I literally have West Coast Avengers #1, and I wasn't going every week and getting stuff. I was getting stuff sporadically, so I'm missing chunks here and there. I'm trying to go back and complete that entire run. Um, but yeah, yeah, so that's that. Okay, so anyways, meantime, separate issue, there's this guy dressed up as Ronin who's killing people. He looks pretty sick, right? So Falcon and Winter Soldier show up and they think it's Clint. I thought that was a little bit weird. Like, I know why they think it's Clint, but it feels a little bit weird that they think that. Like, I would be like, well, obviously it's not him, but they kind of do. They show up, and then the 3 of them team up to go check out who Ronan is, and it's a little bit of a failed mission, and then we don't know what's going to happen there, and they're all beat up, and then that's the end of it. So this is just a mini series. I think there's only 5 parts to it. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm going to finish it off, obviously, because Hawkeye's great. Great start to this series. One small thing. It might be a small thing for people, or it might be not, or people might not care. But I really wish that they'd go back to Hawkeye's costume. I don't like the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Hawkeye. That's one of my pet peeves of the MCU. I do really enjoy the MCU. I'd probably say that I'm close to loving the MCU. I don't just say I love something just to say it, because that just pisses me off. Everyone loves everything, and then you ask them a question, they don't know a damn thing of what you're talking about. Like, I love Captain America. Did you read any comics? No. So then you don't love Captain America. Like, you love Chris Evans. You know, like, anyways, that's a different issue. But yeah, so I really wish that they'd go back to the regular Hawkeye costume, or at least some variation of it. If they want to do like a black in like a darker purple. Age of Ultron was kind of getting into like kind of a neater outfit, but I want like the mask. Like, I know it's a Wolverine kind of looking mask, but Hawkeye to me as a kid was like one of the coolest looking characters. Like, you know, Iron Fist, Hawkeye, these were probably, you know, Spider-Man. They're probably like my coolest characters. And really, I got Hawkeye because I loved archery. I also loved Green Arrow. I wanted to do archery. I never got the chance. Maybe I'll pick it up or try a couple of lessons or something. But I love, you know, the archers, and I loved Hawkeye. I loved his costume. As I said, one of my first tattoos. If I had to do it again, I'd probably do like a big Hawkeye right here, like a big, huge one instead of the small one that I went for. But I just wish they'd bring his costume back. But anyways, different thing. Yeah, great number 1 here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Until next time.